Why are you like this?
I'm gonna go see the Minecraft movie. I'm getting excited, dude. All right. Make one prediction about the Minecraft movie.
Jack Black will be there.
Okay. I don't know about that one.
Got him.
Idiot. I have a theory
God damn it.
that there's gonna be at least one line where he says, "Flint and steel."
That's dumb.
That's dumb?
That's stupid. That's like actually like.
I'm sending you back over the border. I'm alerting Trump.
It's Minecraft Steve with the saturation turned up. Yo, what is up, my Gucci gang? I am here in Walmart. Minecraft.
That was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. That was awful. That was so miserably bad. What did you think?
I think it's one of the best movies ever.
Hello, everybody. My name is Pert Light. This is kind of awkward. So, if you guys couldn't tell, the start of this video was a short little vlog for when I went to go see the Minecraft movie on release day with some friends. That was like 5 months ago. So yeah, we went to go watch that on release day, and 85% of this video was like recorded and edited like a week after that. Then I took a hiatus because I was trying to get some stuff figured out in my own life, including getting a job and moving my setup around a bunch of times and figuring out what kind of content I want to make. It's been miserable, but to be clear, the video is now done, as you can tell because you're watching it. But most of this video was recorded a long time ago. So if you may notice things, like some differences, okay, between 80% of the video and then now, and then the very, very end. The very end is not going to look the same to the rest of the video. It's going to be completely different. And that's because I just started recording it just now. The date that I'm recording this now is the 18th of August. This has been months in the making. My videos don't usually take this long. And after this video, I'm going to go back to making like my old style of content, which is like some rant videos here and there. And then game. Because I can't do this anymore. This video took so goddamn long to edit, it's insane. And it's not even because, like, the video itself was actually, like, difficult or took a while to make. It really isn't. It was pretty easy. I just yelled about the Minecraft movie for, like, an hour or two. It really wasn't hard. But I just have, like, the worst mindset when it comes to editing. So it's immediately, just on arrival, this was a bad idea. So, yeah, I just wanted to come in here and give you guys this explanation as to why majority of the video looks completely ajar. It's because this was all filmed at different times, and hopefully you guys enjoy. And I'm gonna let the Pert from months ago take it away. Go ahead, Pert Light. So yeah, let's just go ahead and kind of just jump into the film and everything wrong with it, which is just about everything. So the film kind of just starts off with introducing us to Steve in what is like one of the worst movie introductions I think I may have ever seen. Genuinely, it's that bad. We get to meet this guy named Steve who, as a child, yearned for the mines, and we never get an explanation as to why he wants to be a miner. It never makes any comeback, and it never doesn't even make sense. Like, logically, he just says he yearns for the mines as a child, and then we never get anything off that. He just kind of he yearns for the mines. Like, okay. Anyways, moving on, we see it like cut like so. There's like this old guy, and he like chases Steve away, and it's like, you know, no kids allowed here. And it's like, okay, yeah, because, you know, mines are dangerous places. Kids can get hurt. And so, yeah, it time skips to, like, an undefinable amount of time. And then we see Steve is working in an office now. He doesn't like his job because they don't allow creativity. So then he takes a bunch of potatoes and he makes a mine shaft out of them. I don't know what the mining and creativity have to do with each other. So Steve gathers his mining equipment and he heads back to the mines that he yearned for as a child. It's the same mine shaft. And not only is it the same mine shaft, but the same old man from earlier comes out. I need to emphasize that in real life, Jack Black is... Hang on, one second. Jack Black is currently 55 years old. He's actually a lot younger than I thought he was. That's kind of crazy. So Jack Black is 55 years old. So I'm going to assume, because in this like film, he has like brown hair, and then it cuts to him and like later on he has like the gray streaks in his hair. He was probably in the Minecraft world for like maybe, I don't know. We'll give it a benefit of 5 years. So he's 50 years old. He goes to this mine, and the old man from when he was a child is there. The same old man from when this guy was a child. This guy on screen, that 55-year-old man, there's an old man that was still alive and looked the exact same age when Steve goes back to the mine. And you're like, okay, so this is like a hallucination, right? Because there's no goddamn way it's the same old man, and he's still barking off this grown adult now. But like the movie doesn't like clearly define that, so I don't think it is. I think we're supposed to believe that Steve is coming back to the mines that this old guy has been like in this whole time. But just know now that there's a probably 137-year-old like grandpa in these mines who's trying to attack Steve because he wants to go mining. This Minecraft movie is making me gassy. Release! So yeah, anyway, Steve like jukes him out and then runs into the cave. And then just like as soon as he starts mining, he finds like these two like artifacts, and one of them's like a blue block. And the rest of the movie, they're gonna call this block the orb. It's not an orb though, it's a cube. And to be clear, ender pearls in this movie are not cubes. They're spherical. So I don't know why the hell they keep calling this thing an orb when it's so clearly a block. So anyways, he finds that, and then he finds like this little glass like container for it that has some Minecraft like text written on the sides, and he combines them, and then like this big portal that kind of looks like a Minecraft nether portal. It just kind of spawns in the cave, and then he just walks in. So anyway, Steve goes to the Minecraft world, and it's a very weird sequence. He kind of just like builds 3 houses, and it's like one of them is a pink sheep, like a pink wool house. It's just made from pink wool. So in the game, you get wool by shaving sheep. 90% of the time are going to be either white, gray, black, or brown. I need to emphasize this because in the movie, all the sheeps, is it sheeps or sheep? Is it like deer? And it's kind of just shown throughout the movie that all the sheep are pink. Now, to be clear, in Minecraft the game, pink sheep can spawn. It's just kind of really rare. You don't see them in the wilds very often. You're better off dyeing a sheep that color, which you can do. It's just very bizarre, though, that we're in the situation where I'm looking at this and I'm like, why is every sheep pink? What was the point of adding that? Anyways, get back to the scene with Steve. He meets a dog named Dennis. I want to say he's like integral to the plot because he kind of is. Because he kind of helps set everything in motion. But part of me also wants to acknowledge the fact that he's completely worthless to the plot and that he doesn't actually do anything of value, really. He finally goes to the nether, and like all this happens in the span of like 3 or 4 minutes, and it's so like weirdly fast but also boring. And it's like, shut up and show us. Stop telling us. Jack Black, throughout the whole entire film, all he does is he's just the definition of exposition, and that's it. That's all he is in this film. It's the most obnoxious shit. He is easily the worst part of this film. He's just Jack Black. Like, there would be moments where he'll just like start making up words like Jack Black does, where he goes, "Freaking cow! It's me! Ah, wah, wah, wah." And he calls like one of the characters Gargar, and he goes Gaga. Like, that's how he talks. It's obnoxious. Whoever thinks that Jack Black deserved a role in this film, I hope that you are never allowed in Hollywood again. So Steve goes to the nether, and I'm just going to start running through this because this entire sequence is so boring. I'm so sorry. It's just, I have to emphasize how long this sequence goes on for and how little happens in it, really. He finds a nether portal out in the wilds, and you got the classic flint and steel line, and he lights another portal, goes in, and as soon as, and I need to emphasize, Dennis and him go in at the same time, and then as soon as he walks through, Dennis is like across like a room surrounded by piglins, and then they both get captured by the queen piglin. I don't remember her name, so I'm just gonna call her Hillary Clinton. So then Hillary Clinton comes over and is like, "You're both captured," and he captures both of them. Or she captures both of them. I'm not sure what this pig creature's gender is. I'm just going to say she for brevity's sake. So she captures them, and then Steve picks the lock of the cage, and then they run to the portal together. And this is legitimately what happens in the film. So Steve and this dog, Dennis, run to the portal together. And then Steve takes out a note, hands it to the dog, along with the cube and tells him to get it out of here and then hide it somewhere in the real world. And then Steve gets captured. And it makes me kind of just sit here and wonder, why? Why did that happen? What benefit does that have? Now, to be clear, because I know everyone in here is probably confused, like, well, maybe it's going to come up later. No, this plays no impact on the plot. He gets released as soon as the plot, like, the other characters need to get acclimated with, like, the Minecraft world so that he can just exposit some more. But, like, that happens in, I think, maybe 10, 15 minutes from now. So what was the point? Why did this need to happen? Oh, did I run out of space? Oh, God. Fuck!
You're a good little kitty cat, buddy. You're a good little kitty cat, buddy.
You're a good baby boy. Hey, sorry everyone, my camera ran out of storage, but we're back. Then after that, it cuts about 5 years into the future. I'm not exactly sure the exact amount of time. It's kind of unclear, so I'm just gonna say 5 years. It's probably not right, but who cares? It's my review. You. So we get to about 5 years in the future, and we get introduced to this guy who's played by Jason Momoa. I'm gonna call him Gar for the rest of the review because that's what Jack Black calls him in the movie. So we cut to this scene, and we see him in this in this rundown like game store, and he's playing an arcade cabinet, and he's like super jacked. And then it's like, okay, so this guy, he's a gamer. Okay, I hope this comes back in some meaningful way in the plot somehow. They could have just made him a gym bro, and not only would it have probably been funnier, but it would have worked way better with his personality and character. The whole idea is that he's supposed to be like the big tough guy, but the problem is that he's not a tough guy. He's kind of a at the movie. He doesn't even have a moment where he's like, yeah, this is like a video game I played. It plays no importance in the plot whatsoever. There's no reason for him to be a gamer, but whatever. Somehow, this guy is also the only character that I think does anything in the plot. I think he's the only character with like a clear through line who actually has a reason to be here and actually gets some, progression. Like he has an arc. He's the only character that gets that. He's also like the only character who is semi-entertaining. So we cut to him and he's doing his thing, and then he goes to a storage unit, and it's like, okay, so the storage unit, he's interested because it has an Atari Cosmos, and he's broke, so he really needs that so he can sell it and make some money back because he's about to lose his game store. I don't think I mentioned this, but he's called the Garbage Man. And the reason he's called the Garbage Man is because that's what they called him in like the 80s when he was like a superstar for being like the best at this one arcade cabinet. So anyways, he goes to this place, and you get like all of those Minecrafter, cameos you heard about. They all happen in the scene, and they are a blink and you'll miss it cameo, because you barely even notice they're in the scene. Hell, when I went to the movie with Murray, his buddy Larry, and Babingos, Murray didn't even catch that Dan TDM was on screen. It's so completely random, because you would think that a movie like this would, I don't know, I thought it was going to do like the Five Nights at Freddy's thing, where they gave them like actual characters, because yeah, it pays respect to them. But they didn't even do that. And I didn't like Five Nights at Freddy's, but at least it gave those, it gave respect to those cameos. Anyways, it's revealed that the storage locker belongs to a guy who is actually Jack Black. And you know this because the cube's in there. So he goes in there, he sees the Atari Cosmos, and there's nothing in it, and he gets pissed off. He grabs the cube and goes home. We cut to Boy 1 and Girl 1. I don't know these characters' names, and like their whole shtick is that they're brother and sister and their mom died. And then we go to the boy's first day of school. He's in art class, and he's told to do like a still drawing. There's an apple and a banana sitting there, and they want like everyone in the class just draw that, and everyone's doing it. And then it cuts to him, and he's drawing a banana with a jetpack. That's really ridiculous and stupid. That's not what you're supposed to do. It's framed as if he's supposed to be like this misunderstood creative like artist. He's creative. He's so creative, guys. But he doesn't come across that way. He just kind of comes across as a dickhead, because like, yeah, that wasn't the assignment, you moron. It would have been like, imagine he was in math class and the teacher's like, raise your hand if you can solve this equation. He raises his hand and says, God isn't even real. If God was real, why do we even have earthquakes? Think of that, liberal. So then like the two bullies in the class are like making fun of him because he's smart, I guess. It's very weird. they're like pointing out that he's like, what do you want to be, a rocket scientist? And he's like, well, yeah. And then that's supposed to be like funny, but it's not. Anyways, we cut to him and he's now outside and he's trying to prove the bullies wrong. So he builds a jetpack and then the bullies come up and like they snip a wire and then he starts the jetpack and it flies away and it like crashes into this building that his sister works at, and like there's a mascot on the top, and so it hits the mascot and it comes down, it crashes. He gets like sent to the principal's office, and the principal becomes a character that literally exists just to a villager, and I'm not joking, that's her entire plot in this movie. He goes and sits in there and he's like, oh god, I don't want my sister to find out that was me. Gar, come pick me up. So he comes down, and then we have this really weird scene where the principal notices him and goes, You're his uncle? The garbage man? Or something like that. And he goes, yeah. And she says, well, you can take my trash out anytime, but you're going to have to fight the raccoons off first. And it's very odd. And then we got back to Gar and he goes, whoever divorced you was an idiot. And he gets in the car and they drive away. And it's very absurd and lay random. And I don't... and they go to his game shop and they find the cube, and with the cube they find Steve's note, and it says, hey, whatever you do not put the cube inside the glass. And so they do it. And then he reads the other side of the note, and I think it says like the same thing. It's like, don't follow this thing because it leads to a land of treasure. And his sister is like freaking out because she can't find him now, so she gets with the realtor who got the apartment, because she's like, I didn't know who else to call. Why the did you call the realtor and not the police? Dunderhead. And the realtor is the black chick you all saw from the trailer who goes, what the hell? It's that chick again, except like she does nothing in this film. And I've said that about several characters, but I need to emphasize, she literally could be cut from the entire film and pasted over and there would be no difference. You could say that about both the female leads in this movie. They're completely worthless to this plot. They don't do anything. So anyways, those two meet up with them at the cave, and then they all go into the Minecraft Pearl. They get sucked in, which is weird because they all get sucked in at once, and then one at a time they get shot out. And it's very weird because it's like, wouldn't you guys all get shot out at the once? But no, they get shot out like 5 seconds each. It's very weird. The shirt finally dried, so I can now do the Steve bit. I'm Steve. Was that funny? Probably not. Anyways, so now they're in the Minecraft world, and this is where I want to bring up a very important point, and that is Minecraft's music. I just realized I have my DaVinci tab open and not Steve. 1 second, I'll correct this right now. And like, here's the thing, right? The soundtrack is bad. It's really bad. But like, all you had to do to fix this was just use Minecraft's already made soundtrack. You even could have saved money on the budget, which, I mean, you didn't need to do. This movie has an insane budget for what it is. But you could have saved money, and instead of hiring a bunch of trash composers and, like, musical groups, you literally just, hey, C418, we're going to use your tracks. And they probably would have been cool with it. And then boom shakalaka, you have your amazing soundtrack, you heads. It's shocking, because when I'm watching the movie, and in this scene where they look out in the Minecraft world, it plays the Minecraft theme. And then it kind of goes into just generic fantasy music, and then it's gone, and you don't hear it for the rest of the movie. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. So anyways, they kind of look out on the horizon, and they're like, wow, this is crazy, this is weird. And eventually, nighttime falls, and this sequence is so incomprehensible and awful and bad. All you need to know is everyone's like running away, and then there's a scene where Jason Momoa pulls out the crystal for literally no reason. He just pulls it out so that a skeleton can shoot the little glass casing of the orb, and then it breaks the glass casing, and he drops the orb on the ground, and he's like, and he grabs the orb. While this is happening, we cut back to Jack Black, who's in hell with Hillary Clinton, where she belongs. So while he's there, she like pulls out his dog's collar, Dennis, from earlier in the movie, and she's like, we definitely have your dog. Go get the orb for us. And you know, Jack Black asked the obvious question of, well, how do I know you're not just like holding his collar and that he didn't actually get away? And Hillary just kind of tells him, like, you have to trust me. And then obviously Jack Black's response is, well, you're clearly lying to me. And by that, I mean, no, he doesn't actually do that because that's the only thing that would make sense. She's only bringing out the collar. She obviously doesn't have your dog and she can't prove that the dog's there. So like, obviously your dog's already been killed or it's not there. So anyways, he comes in there and saves them by the nick of, right in the nick of time. And they show him the orb and you get the iconic,
I am Steve.
You get that line and it's painful. It's really painful. I hate the writers of this movie. Please die. Yeah, they're like, oh well, we need to go home, and he's like, you can't go home. You need the little glass casing. Once you get that, then you'll go home, and I'll take the orb. And they're like, why? And he's like, don't ask questions. And it's like, why don't you just be honest with them? What do you get at it? Like lying. It doesn't even come back. There's not even a payoff for him like trying to keep it a secret because it never goes anywhere. It's like, who cares? No one should care because no one has any investment in this world. So anyways, go to this village. I think it's called like Newport Village or whatever. I don't care. It's bad. It looks awful. The villagers look like my Uncle Greg, not the sex offender, the crack addict. And like they go there so they can get weapons and armor so they can go to the Woodland Mansion because the Woodland Mansion has a glass case in it that they need for the orb to leave. A girl one and black woman. This is the last time they do anything in the film. They ask for a map because they don't trust Steve. I don't know why they don't trust Steve. He's the only other human here. As far as I know, it's just because he's like a little bit kooky because he's Jack Black and like he's not a part of Tenacious D anymore. And so he's going through his midlife crisis and then starring in really awful movies. So they keep asking for a map and then they leave. And they do come back in the film, like technically, but they do literally nothing. So like just pretend that they weren't even in the film anymore because they do, again, like quite literally nothing in the film. They have no other purpose after this point. Oh, I almost forgot about the chicken song. You know what, actually? I'm just going to say this. The Chicken Lava song was awful. Don't look it up. And we're just going to move on because it doesn't even deserve my recognition. It was obvious that like Jack Black, there's like some part of his contract that tells him like he needs to be able to sing in the movies that he's in. And that's literally the only purpose of that song. It's completely worthless and it has nothing to film in it. It's bad. It's really bad. So anyways, what ends up happening is they gather some gear and then the piglins attack. Now you're probably asking, why are the piglins attacking? They sent Jack Black to get the orb. And I'll tell you why. This movie is really stupid. They feel the need to have a bunch of action sequences when you can just let the world of Minecraft like be absorbed into our minds. But no, you can't do that because you're too busy trying to flash colors. You're trying to flash colors. This movie is like if you took 30 Advil and then I walked up to you and started going, are you entertained yet? Chicken jockey. That's what this fucking film is. There's nothing else to it. So anyways, they grab some equipment and they get going and then they fly away on elytras, which by the way, I'm just going to say they shouldn't have got elytras. So yeah, as you can tell, Steve got captured in the Nether, and also on top of that, he's clearly never been there before. And then in the scene where they're gathering all the equipment, he talks about the Ender Pearl, which we need to talk about this scene. He describes how the Ender Pearl, he almost died fighting, trying to get it, and he only has one. This is really, really important to emphasize. In order to get this Ender Pearl, he had to kill an Enderman, and he almost died doing it. This will be extremely relevant later. So they put their wingsuit on, and then they fly away in this really awful sequence where the CGI is just, it's bad. There's really not a lot to say other than the fact there's a lot of like weird sexual jokes for a kid's movie, like Jason Momoa. Gargar. He and Jack Black just actually 69, and it is legitimately like it's like almost chuckle worthy.
Dang it! A lava bucket! Okay! Tighten up! What? There's still some negative space back there! We both know!
And they play the clip from The Walking Dead where like they show the scan of the person's brain as they turn into a zombie. That was me on the table. That they actually filmed me. I went back in time and filmed on The Walking Dead. That was my brain watching the Minecraft movie, shockingly enough. So anyways, what ends up happening is they fly through, they get away, and they go to these mines. The reason why they're going to the mines is because Gargar needs money in the real world. You probably ask, well, why doesn't Jack Black just tell him no? It's because Gargar is holding the orb. Now, there's a whole sequence, and I'm not going to get too into because I'm trying to get through this part of the film because it's really boring and it's really bad. Now, this is stupid because earlier, Gargar gives the orb to Frodo for like 20 seconds, and then Frodo obviously like he gets it stolen off him, so like why would you even add that in the film? You guys don't know it because you guys are watching the compressed, edited down version, which is hopefully entertaining. I've been recording this for a goddamn hour. I've just been sitting here yapping about the Minecraft movie, and on like 3 different occasions I got to the halfway point of the movie and then I check and the recording is just for some reason. I'm not in a good mood, man. So anyways, they get to the mine, and it's kind of a stupid sequence that's only here so we can like, I don't know, have some worthless drama, because Frodo looks at Gargar and he kind of just goes, wait a minute, you're telling me the whole time you just came here so you get some diamonds in the real world? You just wanted to get some diamonds? You're literally the worst person ever! And Gargar's like, I'm a loser in the real world. I need this. And it's supposed to be like this emotional moment, but you just don't care about the characters, so whatever. I guess it's an arc for Gargar, because then later on he becomes the hero. It's really stupid. Let's move on. Anyways, they escape, and they're at the Woodland Mansion, and of course, again, Gargar is like, I'm a loser. Oh, I'm a loser. And the kid goes, you're the worst person ever. You're the worst person ever. And it's really, really awful, and I hate it. I hate it so much. So they start making this map, and they describe how they're going to, they're gonna like, how they're gonna do this. And the map is kind of pointless because there's no reason to explain it, because all they're gonna say is, you two go distract everyone, and then I'm gonna sneak into the second or third floor. There's a mistake here. I don't know how they missed this. Steve says the third floor, and then the child says second floor.
Third floor houses the loot chamber. That's where the earth crystal is. But it's going to end. Whatever you do not look in the eye before your brains out.
Okay, well, I could build stairs to the second floor, sneak in through the window, and snag the earth crystal.
I don't know how nobody caught that while they were like writing the script, or while they were shooting, or while they were editing. Nobody caught that. I don't know how. I don't know how that's possible. So then these two, they go in and they distract the pillagers by wearing like, I don't even know, sombreros and singing. It's very weird. And then the child sneaks in and grabs the earth crystal, but oh no, an Enderman is there. Now remember earlier in the film where Jack Black tells Frodo that the Enderman, don't look him in the eyes. Well, clearly the child just didn't care, and he looked the Enderman straight in the eyes. So that's cool. And then in this sequence, for some reason, they were trying to do some weird thing where like the Enderman plays like your greatest fears. This doesn't happen in the game. All that happens in the game is when you look at them, they attack you. Because the whole idea is that if you don't look at them, as long as you don't look them in the eyes, they won't attack you. The second you look them in the eyes, they get angry, and that's when they start charging at you. And they are kind of scary. They can teleport, and they jump at you, and they start slashing at you, and they're like, ah, and they do a lot of damage. But in this scene, they just don't do that. I'll get to like the fight here in a second, how the kid gets out of this, because he shouldn't, and he should have died, but we'll get to that in a second. First, I have to talk about the Herobrine cameo. So you're seeing all these like things where like all the characters are telling Frodo about, hey, you're never gonna be creative, which is like, okay. Jack Black comes in, his eyes are white, and he says something vague and like kind of mean, and then not, and I'm gonna play the clip so you know I'm telling the truth. A deep voice goes, Herobrine.
The overworld doesn't need you, Henry. And neither do I.
How does that happen? I don't understand how you could be such a goddamn dunderhead that you f***ing put that in the film. Although they didn't catch the third floor, second floor line, so I don't know. I don't know what these people are doing! So anyways, the kid is like, well, that was mean, and he takes the axe that he finds, because he finds a diamond axe in there, of course. And he fights the Enderman in a 1v1. I would like to remind the audience, the wonderful audience, that Jack Black tells everyone that he died trying to fight one of these guys, a grown man with a sword, and I'm assuming armor, and he's only ever killed one. I don't even understand. It's ridiculously stupid. Why is that even in the film? All it takes to explain this is just not mention Jack Black's one ender pearl. Who gives a anymore, am I right, guys? Who cares about quality movie making? Who cares? It and steal. So anyways, what ends up happening is they get out of there by the skin of their teeth, but oh no. This is where crazy. You see, while they were in there, the piglins are back out, and they're angry. And this scene makes me pretty angry too, because Hillary Clinton is there, and she has a staff, and like she sees the guys, and then she just goes, "The orb is mine." And she like holds her staff out like this, just like this. And then the orb flies away from the kid to Hillary Clinton. And here's the thing. Earlier, they explained how the piglins can come out here. And it's explained that they drink this little juice. Without drinking that juice, they turn into zombies. And by zombies, I mean they die. They die. That's why they need the earth crystals so they can like turn off the sun and come out here permanently. That's the whole idea. But I don't understand this, because if you can just do this and call the orb to you, why don't you just go get the orb yourself? All you have to do is go up to these people and just go bloop, and you got it. I don't understand. Why are the writers so stupid? Your little kitty, small and cute. You are gonna make me toot. So anyways, while they're being attacked by all the piglins, Jack Black throws a slime ball and he goes, "Slime cube!" And he throws it, and then they use it to jump onto one of the ghasts. And then what ends up happening is Jason Momoa, for no reason, goes, "Get out of here! I'll hold him back," or something like that. You know, gotta have the heroic sacrifice. And then I don't know, like he pushes one of the piglins who have like TNT into the others, and it explodes. And you're supposed to be like, "No, Gargar's dead!" That was more emotion than they put into his death in the movie. They literally just forget about it. And then there's one line where they go, "Let's do this for Gaga." That's all you get. So obviously, not only is he not dead, but the characters don't even take it seriously either, because I don't know. This movie was written by a bunch of Neanderthals, I think. So anyways, they land, and they crash land, and then like the sister and the black chick come in, and they're like, we woke you up, we saved you. And it's like, they probably would have been fine without you guys. So that's literally all they do. Well, there you go. That's what they do in the film. Great, awesome, congratulations. And they're like, well, we have to go fight back. We have to fight them back now. And then you get like the big final like army scene in the movie, because everything has to be Lord of the Rings now. And this ending is painful. But I'm just gonna quickly say that Steve says, "First we're gonna mine, and then we're gonna craft. We're gonna Minecraft." And when this happened, I put my head into my hands, and I felt miserable. I could not have been any more upset at this film. Anyways, as I continue this video that I definitely did not put off for several months, and I continue talking about the finale of the film. I don't know how you guys expect me to transition that any better. It was never gonna work. Also, I was gonna wear the blue shirt as a bit, but my girlfriend said I should wear this. It's a SpongeBob button up. Look at this. Look at that, dude. It's kind of fire. It's kind of snazzy. So yeah, anyways, to continue this wonderful review. So basically what ends up happening is like the final showdown begins. It's a final battle. All the piglins are rushing in because they want to take over the overworld, and with the crystal they're able to like shut off the sun or whatever. Whatever, it's fine. So this big final battle happens. It breaks a lot of rules of Minecraft when it comes to the crafting. It's really ridiculous. It's stupid. And it's just a lot of loud noise and a lot of just flashing colors, because that's what modern movies are. I mean, that's basically like the whole battle, actually. I think I just summarized it. The end of it is Gargar comes back and helps the kid take the blue crystal down. There you go. And then Steve fights the Hillary Clinton, and during their big fight, he like loses his diamond armor in a way that doesn't make any sense at all. I don't think the writers actually ever played Minecraft for numerous reasons, but the armor here getting broken is one of the big ones. It's just ridiculous. The whole entire scene is just, it's so nonsensical and stupid. I don't even want to kind of just go into detail, because there's no reason. There's no reason. I've summarized the whole movie up to this point for some pretty, relatively varying degrees of detail. There's no reason to summarize this battle beyond a fight happens, the good guys win. Because that's what this movie is. That's kind of what I want to get to. That's like everything I hate about this film. It is the most generic trash I've ever seen. It's lame. It's so lame. How could you like this? It's lame. So anyways, they get the crystal and they go back home. And I guess Steve kind of just wants to go back with them now. Sure, why not? And they go back, and the whole thing is like, now they're all in like game development, and then it ends with like a big dance scene, and it's really stupid and ridiculous. Also, I have to go on a little tangent here. They make a game, and the side of the game, like the arcade cabinet, is clearly like their Minecraft versions of these characters, and it's like, oh, that's cute, so what's the arcade cabinet? Is it Minecraft? No, it's a fighting game. What? I get it, it's like set it up earlier in the film, I guess, because Gargar, he's, you know, oh, I'm a master at this fighting game. Sure. But wouldn't it have been way funnier if it's like, these are the guys who created Minecraft? Like, that's the joke. So yeah, that's the whole Minecraft movie. I know I rushed the ending here, but you guys gotta realize, I've been waiting to make this video for like the past 4 or 5 months, and I'm sick of it. This movie sucks. It's horrible. It's really funny, actually, now I'm releasing it, that I can look back and just notice that this movie is nothing. It isn't even remembered now. Nobody talks about this movie at all. It's in no way relevant. The only relevancy this movie ever had was meme culture. That's it. The rest of this film has been a failure to live up to any memory whatsoever. I'm sorry for spitting. I'm really aggressively frustrated because we could have gotten a really solid Minecraft movie that actually made you feel something. But no, what we got instead was the riddled spasm of a film. It's nonsense. There's this like running gag throughout the film where the teacher is banging a villager. How is that funny? It's just not. It's kind of humorous in hindsight because I can look at it and be like, okay, that's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous, it's funny. But why? Why was that necessary? Wouldn't it have been better to make a film that's a little slower paced and about a guy who just wants to express his creativity? No, Minecraft instead, we're just gonna boy 1, girl 2, black woman, Gargar, Steve, that isn't even Steven Joseph Black! This movie is a 3 out of 10, hands down, easily. Easily a 3 out of 10. Horrible film. Horrible. The CGI is a mess. The art style is atrocious. The actors range from being passable to just downright garbage. How did these kids get casted in? The jokes fail 90% of the time. 10% of the time, you get a chuckle. Sure, fair enough. The 69 scene is like slightly humorous. I'll give them that. Fine. Whatever. The little jokes that are so nonsensical, of course it's gonna make someone chuckle because they just don't expect it. Sure, fine, whatever. But when you have a joke that it's just a tater tot gun, it's not funny. It's just stupid. Get your head out of your write a decent flick. Oh, God. Yeah, this film's not very good. 3 out of 10. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna go take some aspirin. And expect some more videos coming soon. Now that I'm in my new office here, I'm gonna have some more time dedicated straight to just making videos. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. I'll see you guys in the next video. And, yeah, until then, peace out, my Fox family.